Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer and today I'm going to be talking about my female anime character role models. Now, usually when you grow up, you try to look to someone to emulate, someone who you could really, just use as a role model for your own being. And this usually comes in a form of a family member, maybe a friend. Sometimes people choose celebrities, or maybe it's just someone you've just met that you really appreciate. Sadly, I don't have this. There's no one in like the real life setting that I can really look up to. People have good things about them that I appreciate, but nothing to where I could really look up to them completely. So it's really hard for me when I was growing up to find someone to really look up to. But then anime and manga came into my life when I was in middle school, and I finally found out who I wanted to be. Now, this didn't happen overnight. It wasn't like, okay, I'm this kind of person, there, it's done. No, obviously I grew into the person I am today through a bunch of anime characters that came into the scene even in high school for me. So I'm going to share with you my female anime character role models that I feel really made me who I am today. My first anime character that I look up to is Utena Tenjou. She is from a manga and anime series called Revolutionary Girl Utena. This is her right here. She is a girl who goes to a high school in a fantasy world, and she's very princely. She doesn't really fit the typical female role of a character, but she's the main character. And what's interesting about her is her courage and her determination to protect her friends and the people that she loves. And so how it is in the story is that there's a girl named Anthe who is the Rose Bride, and the student council of the high school that she goes to duel for Anthe. And Utena is not about this life. Utena sees that Anthe kind of just wants to be her own person, so Utena steps up and fights for Anthe, since Anthe doesn't really have the oomph to do it herself. So I really like Utena for that. I always resonated with Utena in the fact that, protect your friends, be there for your friends. I'm very friend-oriented, so I can really relate to Utena in that way. My next female anime character that I really look up to, especially my freshman year of high school, is Toru Honda from Fruits Basket. She is such an inspiration to me, especially like I said in high school, because I really just wanted to be liked, and I felt everyone loved Toru. She's so kind and nice, and I really appreciated just how nice she was. Her punishment in the anime is, hugging one of the Soma members, because then they would turn into an animal. So, like, that's her sense of punishment. Like, she's just so nice, so likable. She's really positive. Even though she's been through such a hard time, her mother died, she didn't want to inconvenience her living relatives, so now she lived in a tent, and she's just very, thinking of others, and I really liked that. But there's a problem with Toru, especially in the real world. You can't be too nice. I wouldn't be able to tell you how many times I gotten taken advantage of by friends and family because I was just way too nice. I kept getting pushed around, getting taken advantage of, and it was a really bad time in high school in that sense. So as much as I really wanted to be like Toru, I could not be that nice. I needed to have something in my back pocket to really help me out in that sense. And that's where my next anime character comes from. Meet Momo Adachi. She is the main character of an anime called Peach Girl in a manga. Momo is 100% what I was and what I became, because I was just so tired of getting stepped on. She really inspired me to just really stick up for myself, which is something that I really had a problem with in high school. Extreme problem, whether it was towards family or friends. I just kind of kept on getting stepped on. So Momo is definitely my inspiration, more so than anyone else right now, for several reasons. Momo is the main character of Peach Girl, and she, you know, has this really tan skin, and it's because she does swim team activities for all of middle school, so she has this permanent tan. She can't get rid of it. And even though she tries to, you know, use some kind of whitening lotion to make her skin lighter so people can like her and not make fun of her as much, it still doesn't work out to her advantage, and she still can't get rid of that tan. And, you know, in the anime and the manga, she finally realizes that she doesn't need people's approval, that there are people out there who like her just for how she is. And I finally realized that too about myself. In middle school and elementary school, and even a little bit of high school, I got made fun of a lot because of this mess right here. My hair is super curly, super frizzy. Back in elementary school, it was cut super short, so it just like went out like this. So it was really bad. And I got made fun of extremely a lot by friends and family, and even like my classmates that I was just had nothing to do with. I was an easy target, it seemed. So I tried everything. I straightened my hair all the time. I tried to do anything to just get this manageable. I was a totally complete different person when I do straighten my hair. I look totally different, and I just don't feel comfortable in my own skin when I do that. It wasn't until, you know, later in high school that I was like, I don't need to impress anyone this way. There are people out there who appreciate me for who I am. And that's where Momo really came in for inspiration. She, you know, decided that the way she looked is the way she looks, and it's either that or, you know, go away. You're not needed anymore in my life. And that's definitely how I was. And then another thing about Momo that I really appreciated is she didn't do bullying too well. If you bullied Momo, she would sass back at you. And that is where I really adapted to that, because I was just sick of everything. High school started to get really bad. I was just like, I'm done. I'm done trying to make peace. I'm done trying so hard to appease everyone. So I made like a drastic change in high school to where I got rid of quite a few friends, and it was very relieving actually. It felt so good. So now if I feel like I'm getting bullied in a sense, I don't take that anymore. I definitely sass back. I retaliate. Like I said, I was a Toru in the beginning, but then I kept on getting stepped on. So then Momo came out, and I was like, I'm not about that life. This is done. Like, you can't do this to me. It's not acceptable anymore. So that's where Momo really came into my life, and I can say that I am really like Momo a lot. You know, I am just very straightforward, out there, and I will tell you how it is. So in that sense, I'm very much like a Momo, and I really appreciate her being in my life as a role model. And my last female anime role model is Misaki Ayuzawa from Kaichou Maid-sama. She is one of the last ones that I really looked up to. Ever since her character came out in an anime and manga, I really never seen any other female characters I could really look up to. So she's my last one, and I just love her work ethic. She is such a hard worker. Misaki is the main character of Kaichou Maid-sama, or others may call it just Maid-sama. And she is a high school girl who is the president of her high school, so very big responsibility. She's a straight A student, and she works at a maid cafe to support her family that is very poor. So I really appreciate how hardworking she is. She puts like 100% effort in everything that she does. So obviously this character came out a little later, so I didn't really have her for all of my high school career. So yeah, you can imagine what that means for my high school career. In later high school career, I did very well in my grades, but in the earlier years, not so much. But as I grew up and, you know, I went to college, you know, she was definitely a motivation for me to do well in school. And then when I started working, you know, I give my work more than 100%. Well, Misaki is definitely a good role model for me in a work sense. So, with all these characters combined, that is who I am. So if you just put a little bit of pieces from each anime character, you can pretty much kind of tell who I am as a person. These 4 characters really made who I am. I really resonate with them, and I really believe in what they are as people. And so that's just how I came to be me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll know that I should make more videos like this, more anime related than Japan related. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!